From a Buzzfeed member who went completely irrelevant after cheating on his wife, to another one whose life has reached a whole new level filled with multiple awards. My name's Ryan, and we'll be talking about what happened to every Buzzfeed member and where they are now, starting with the Try Guys: Keith Habersberger, Zach Kornfeld, Eugene Lee Yang, and Ned Fulmer. In 2014, these four were just Buzzfeed employees creating content in a fluorescent lit office. But eventually, they rose to fame while producing 114 viral episodes on the main channel, covering everything from wearing high heels, fake pregnancy bellies, and undergoing extreme makeovers that eventually made them popular. And besides comedy, they built one of the strongest parasocial relationships in YouTube history. Fans felt they knew the guys' fears, families, and friendships intimately, often saying, "Buzzfeed could milk the series as long as they want, I love it." By 2018, the quartet realized they were the real cash cow, so they took a leap, leaving Buzzfeed to found Second Try LLC, which is now known as the Try Guys. The move paid off initially, as the channel gained over 7.8 million subscribers. They also had live tours and books, which became bestsellers, having over 4.7 out of 5 stars. On top of that, their sheer popularity helped them financially, as they were seen earning thousands by selling their merch items online. But fame is like a coin, and every coin has a darker side. The group faced a sudden disaster when on September 28, 2022, the Try Guys posted on Twitter saying Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. As a result of a thorough internal review, we do not see a path forward together. We thank you for your support as we navigate this change. This sparked curiosity among people, as Ned Fulmer, branded as the wholesome wife guy who constantly gushed about his wife Ariel, was known for publicly expressing admiration for her and being her biggest fan on multiple occasions.
It would be really nice to have my spouse here supporting me. Hello, Ned's wife. I love you.
But things took a dark turn for him when he was exposed for having a public affair with a fellow company employee. And it became even clearer when he himself admitted the fact, saying, "Family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. I'm sorry for any pain that my actions may have caused to the guys and the fans, but most of all to Ariel. The only thing that matters right now is my marriage and my children, and that's where I'm going to focus my attention." The scandal wasn't just personal, as it raised serious questions about what their workplace environment looked like in their own startup. Fans were devastated and couldn't get over it, calling him out saying, "I'm just sad because I'm sure she will only stay with him for the sake of the kids. She deserves so much better." And it's almost comical that he thought he could get away with it while being in the public eye. However, it wasn't just the fans, as famous YouTube commentator Moist Critical also addressed the situation in his videos.
That Ned Fulmer cheated on his wife with a workplace associate for quite some time, I believe. And it was a big mess, a big, stinky, filthy mess. I went over the situation on stream, and I'll show you the clips from that, but I think it's very important to highlight that Ned Fulmer's entire identity revolved around how much he loved his wife. Like, I swear to God, it was like he took a goddamn love potion from Harry Potter, because half the shit he would talk about in the videos was how much he loved his wife. And then it turns out he was cheating on her,
calling him out and highlighting his hypocrisy. After realizing things were going south, the group immediately posted a video titled "What Happened" in October 2022, where they confirmed that Ned had been removed from their videos and posted a somber explanation video announcing his permanent departure.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles.
Multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you.
And just like that, the wife guy era ended overnight, and the brand was reduced to a trio. However, the fallout was brutal, as reports later suggested that the scandal cost the company over $6 million in lost sponsorships. Even the trio admitted that they lost millions in revenue as an aftershock of the event.
It changed how our channel was surfaced. It chased advertisers away because we were too hot. We lost
millions of dollars in booked branded revenue. It sent our company into a tailspin.
But it wasn't just about revenue, as the Ned incident also triggered diehard fans who couldn't help but ask, I'm curious if they ever consulted a lawyer about bringing up a civil suit against Ned for what he did to their company. And he didn't just betray his family, he betrayed his business partners and friends when he had that affair. And just like that, after all the ups and downs, the remaining three pushed forward. In May 2024, they launched Second Try TV, their own $5 a month boutique streaming service. This was done to escape the YouTube algorithm's death grip and create the content they loved without chasing views. Even though their redemption made fans happy, something strange happened again that same month. On May 23rd, 2024, Eugene Lee Yang, the fan favorite ace, known for his sharp wit, style, and personality, announced that he was stepping away from the flagship show after the current season to focus on film, writing, and his mental health.
Then I'm announcing my official departure from the Try Guys. My primary passions are writing and directing in the film and literary spaces. And my focus has always been on fiction, behind the camera and the pen. And that has never changed. And to hope to achieve any success in those spaces, gosh, it requires a lifetime of commitment. I hold tremendous reverence for the writing process and am committed to proving myself as an author. So many aren't afforded this extraordinary opportunity.
His departure left people both shocked and sad, as they ended up saying, he sighed and I started crying. And this feels like sending a kid to college. He will always be a part of the house. So long, Eugene, you are always loved. Currently, he is enjoying family life, focusing on modeling, while living away from the chaos. He also focused more on charity, as he was a strong advocate for the rights of immigrants, especially during the conflicts of ICE agents and local communities. As he even posted, ICE does not belong in our communities, immigrants do. I've started a fundraiser with the National Immigration Law Center to help protect our neighbors from intimidation and injustice. Please donate if you are able on Instagram. Apparently on TikTok, he also has over 1.4 million followers, with his latest video posted on October 10, 2025 featuring cosplay pictures. But just when he left, things got harder for the duo, so to fill in the void, Keith and Zach expanded aggressively. By September 2025, they launched the Try Everyday YouTube channel to continue their journey in the internet world. As of April 2026, the Try Guys have turned scandal and departures into a resilient business, showing that they're able to adapt in the creator economy, with their channel reportedly earning around $50,000 a month while regaining people's love through their videos. And Ned, after years of relative silence, he attempted a comeback on the internet by launching the podcast Rock Bottom in September 2025, where the debut episode featured his wife Ariel in an hour-long raw conversation about infidelity, its aftermath, their attempts at reconciliation, and personal growth. However, even after all of this, fans didn't seem to buy it, as they ended up saying he's trying to interview her like a therapist or a fellow victim. It's wild, he literally destroyed her life, and used his wife to build his brand, cheated on her, now using his ex-wife to save his brand. We've had enough of you as a public figure. By now, the negative effects of the controversy started having an impact, as by 2026, he was getting very few views across his videos, often struggling to pass the 10K mark, showing a clear example of how people were done with him. And on his Instagram and Twitter, he was also seen posting clips of his podcast on a daily basis, which isn't helping him at all, as he also lost most of his reach and is only getting a few likes on his posts and 0 reposts, proving that his accounts have become ghost towns. His attempt at a comeback failed, and Ned remains a polarizing figure in 2026, trying to turn his lowest moment into a niche around failure and recovery, while the core Try Guys have moved on stronger. While the Try Guys had to choose different paths after Ned's scandal, the Watcher crew also faced a setback filled with public backlash. Ryan Bergara, Shane Madej, and Stephen Lim were Buzzfeed's intellectual heavyweights. Ryan and Shane's Buzzfeed Unsolved carried the main channel with supernatural deep dives and banter. On top of that, Stephen's Worth It food series regularly hit millions of views, showing high classes of foods every day. It was going well for them until in 2019, when they left to launch Watcher Entertainment, promising premium television quality content. Initially, the videos were highly successful, with their strong documentary-style production and well-known status helping the channel become a major hit. As a result, their viewership grew significantly, with multiple videos reaching millions of views online. It also gained love and appreciation from people all over the world, who praised them saying, "I genuinely love both of their new outlooks this season. Shane is still goofy as F, but isn't outwardly mean about it, and Ryan is willing to admit that sometimes the shit they do is silly." It's a refreshing take on their dynamic. And I love how the individual interviews during the solo investigations show how well they know each other. It's actually really sweet. Everything was fine until things imploded in April 2024 with the Goodbye YouTube video, where the trio announced that they were moving most new full seasons away from YouTube without ads.
Is an ad-free, independent streaming service dedicated to providing you guys the television caliber content that you know and love. But you're probably wondering, how is it going to be different than the YouTube experience?
The new streamer, I think, is a place that reflects what our content is. High quality series in season form, beautifully organized, ad-free. It's what we were destined to be.
Even though the announcement seemed good, it turned out there was a hidden intention behind it, as they revealed it would require a $6 a month paywall on their own streaming site, and this is where things took a turn.
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
In this video, they were seen being cocky about their subscription and pricing, seemingly mocking fans on camera while laughing.
And look, you can share it, you know, with your friends.
That's true.
What are we gonna do?
Keep your eyes glued on all of our social channels. We'll be announcing some sweet opportunities to win merch, a free annual subscription.
This didn't sit well with fans, as they ended up saying, "Personally, I only watch these guys for the Mysteries File videos. They are fun, well produced. But for the most part, it's essentially Shane or Ryan reading off a Wikipedia article. Why would I want to pay a monthly fee for that? Why do they deserve to charge for that? As others have said, I think they drastically confused viewers for fans. And when will clowns like these realize they're a dime a dozen and their only appeal is that they are free on YouTube?" However, even Moist Critical addressed the matter when he saw them talking about their content in a cocky manner, posting a video titled "Greed Ruined These YouTubers."
So this is yet another subscription charge they're trying to peddle here for previously free YouTube videos. That's just not worth it for the majority of people and just adds another headache, an unnecessary subscription charge that I can't imagine many people being enthusiastic about paying for. Point blank, I just do not like it. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like it, Sam I Am. Watcher TV, what a sham.
After realizing things were going south, the creators quickly posted an apology video admitting they had fumbled the ball and apologizing for the situation.
Hey everyone, last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this.
But this apology didn't seem to help, as fans weren't buying it at all, saying they apologized not because they betrayed their supporters, but got hurt where it counts, financially. And lol, they're not sorry, only sorry because it backfired. And just like that, their channel hit a nosedive as their viewership began to decline. Eventually, their channel was demonetized and they were no longer making any money from it. By early 2026, despite the pivot, they continued navigating fan trust issues and financial pressure through uploading content, but it was no longer getting the hype it once had. While Watcher fell off track after being seen as greedy, Sophia and her team had already risen to fame after leaving Buzzfeed. Sophia Nygaard was the breakout star of Buzzfeed's Ladylike squad, known for her wild fashion experiments, makeup transformations, and her infectious energy. Day by day, she became a familiar face on the Buzzfeed team, with her charm making her noticeable to everyone. It was all going well for her until things took a turn for the worse. In 2017, 2019, she dropped a bombshell announcing her departure with a video titled Why I Left Buzzfeed, where she publicly stated that she felt treated like a disposable actress rather than a true creator, with no ownership over the intellectual property she helped build.
One of the main things that bothered me was that I was not supposed to communicate with you guys on YouTube. And what I mean by that is that we were told not to read the comments, but further than that, we were not supposed to reply to any comments in the comment section on the videos that we made. Another thing was this awkward dynamic where my name and my face were really associated with Buzzfeed and with Ladylike, but I didn't own any part of Ladylike, and I also wasn't included in any of the higher level strategy conversations about the show itself.
Her departure was shocking as she was a fan favorite face, and fans became sad saying all the good ones are leaving Buzzfeed, and Saf was my fave from Ladylike. However, things escalated when Buzzfeed's response was widely viewed as shady, as they allegedly copied her signature video style almost immediately, such as the trying wedding dresses concept, which was closely associated with her work. This didn't sit well with fans at all, as they ended up criticizing Buzzfeed saying, "Sophia, you were so respectful about this, yet Buzzfeed is throwing shade, and Buzzfeed keeps stealing your video ideas." However, this didn't change the lives of the cast. As of April 2026, Sophia remains one of YouTube's elite beauty and lifestyle creators, having over 10 million subscribers and consistently earning thousands of dollars every year. She currently lives a low-key life in North Carolina with her husband Tyler, focusing on passion projects free from corporate interference. But it was just the start, because over the next few years, the rest of the Ladylike crew like Kristen, Jen, and Freddie walked out too. But after leaving Buzzfeed, Kristen and Jen chose different paths. They both launched the successful Kitchen and Jordan YouTube channel, which gained over 489,000 subscribers, keeping the relatable food and lifestyle niche alive with the same warm, humorous energy.
Also, are you done? This isn't a trough situation. Put down the bowl. Okay.
But they weren't the only ones who had to pack their bags for good, as another well-known star, Devin, suddenly announced her departure from Buzzfeed without giving any clear reason.
Let me be clear about my relationship with Buzzfeed. It's a little complicated. Do I agree with every decision that they make and have made in the past? No. Am I about to spill the tea on the situation? Also no. I am super grateful for my experience there, but this little birdie had to fly.
But apart from all of this, fans remained supportive and expressed their gratitude, saying, "I loved her on Buzzfeed, but for me, she will always be Cho Chang-yeol." And now that Devin has left Buzzfeed, I finally can stop watching Buzzfeed altogether, lol. By late 2020, the entire original team was gone, and what many called a petty final insult, Buzzfeed deleted the Ladylike channel in 2022, despite its 3.6 million subscribers, which was also mentioned by former Buzzfeed star Devin, who said, "The fact that Buzzfeed wiped the Ladylike channel after we all left, essentially bombing our resume. We had 3.6 million subs at the time and over 500 videos on our channel, and now they're decimated across all their YouTube channels." After leaving the company, Devin also created a channel with over 170,000 subs, but it eventually failed due to poor performance, and she later left YouTube. However, it wasn't just YouTube, as on Twitter, she posted her last update on January 10, 2024, saying, "I'm back," and then she suddenly disappeared again and has been gone for nearly 2 years now. Currently, she is focused on acting and has been cast in series such as Pretzel, where she acted for 3 seasons, and in movies like Take Full Care, where she was also part of the cast. On top of that, she has fully focused on family life, taking a break from the camera and living a peaceful life. Even though Devin is now struggling in her real life, the complete opposite happened for Quinta Brunson, as she reached the apex of fame with her talent. Quinta Brunson was already a foundation of Buzzfeed. Her early Buzzfeed skits and work as a producer showcased her sharp writing and charisma, helping the group get lots of views and money. However, she always had bigger dreams, so she left the group. On June 1st, 2021, she posted a video on the official Buzzfeed channel titled "Why I Left Buzzfeed," where she said she left because the job no longer aligned with her ultimate goals, so she had to choose a different path.
For me, it was time to leave when my ambitions kind of became different than just working a 9 to 5, requesting time off to do things like write on a TV show, and that conflicted with keeping a 9-to-5 job, honestly.
But after that, her life changed a lot as she transitioned into acting, creating Abbott Elementary, a heartfelt mockumentary about an underfunded public school in Philadelphia. The series already has 5 seasons and is filled with love from audiences, as it has a rating of 8.2 out of 10 stars on IMDb. But that's not the only project she has worked on. She also voiced a character in the recent animated film Zootopia 2, which was also a big hit, earning a 7.4 out of 10 stars on IMDb. On top of that, she is also set to voice another big Warner Bros. Animated movie called The Cat in the Hat, which is scheduled to release in November 2026. As of April 2026, Quinta is a multi-Emmy winner, as her outstanding performances have paid off in the best possible way.
And the Emmy goes to Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary.
Leaving Buzzfeed was a blessing for her, as she transitioned into a life with a level of success that many people cannot achieve, which also impressed fans who said, "I love how we're all collectively proud of Quinta. She's incredible and she deserves everything and more." And let's be real here, the best sitcom writer and actress of our generation. While Quinta reached the peak of her career after leaving Buzzfeed, Michelle Khare also achieved her goals following her departure. Michelle Khare started as a Buzzfeed lifestyle producer, where she helped decide how the cast would dress and present themselves in videos. However, like others, she also had bigger goals, so she constantly pushed her physical and mental limits. This is the reason behind her leaving Buzzfeed, which she confirmed in a video posted in June 2017 titled "Why I Left Buzzfeed."
I will always have respect for where I came from. But some battles, you have to face alone.
I mean, you gotta admit, fight scenes are pretty badass, and that's what this channel is about. Plus, I figured everyone's kind of sick of seeing the Why I Left Buzzfeed videos anyways.
This creative way of announcing her departure actually got everyone's attention, as people said how to quit your job like a badass, and this is by far the best Why I Left Buzzfeed video. But post-departure, her channel was full of stunts and action series that kept fans glued to the screen while consistently earning millions of views. As of 2025, she landed on the Time 100 creators list for her creativity. By April 2026, she had successfully petitioned for a challenge video series called Challenge Accepted to join the primetime Emmy ballot for hosted non-fiction series. Her redemption showed that talent always pays off, no matter the platform. Despite her busy life, she still regularly posts videos on her own YouTube channel, which has over 5 million subscribers, making her a recognized brand name. But just like Michelle, another co-worker also left the crew and found a new path in life. Kelsey Mpichike was a foundation of Buzzfeed multiplayer gaming content, especially known for her legendary 100 baby challenge in The Sims 4. However, when the company was facing the departure of many cast members, she also chose to leave it and focused on creative freedom with full ownership of her work.
A little bit scary announcement. I will be leaving Buzzfeed. But I realized when I was at home working that I could have just been doing all of this on my channel. Like, I could have been doing this exact thing, but the work would be my own.
So in April 2025, she released her YA fantasy debut novel, Voice of the Ocean, a siren romance that became a national bestseller. As of 2026, she is dominating the Sims and gaming communities on Twitch, and she has a YouTube with over 1 million subscribers, proving that a niche passion can be just as lucrative and fulfilling as mainstream fame. If you like this video, you'll probably enjoy these next ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.